disease. They want to treat the disease, and I think it's that simple equation that really boils it all down. But one quick question. We're about to go to break, come back in one final long segment and take more calls. I'll ask the question now, then we'll come back and get your answer on the other side. But I also have seen the statistics in the Western world, Europe and the United States mainly, that neurological disorders, early onset of what they call, Alzheimer's type diseases, people having seizures. I mean, it's just epidemic. Epidemics in childhood cancer, something unknown 50, 60 years ago. Let's get your brief take on that, then life extension, and then a bunch of other phone calls. Stay with us. Hundreds of nations have fallen to tyranny in the last century alone. This is our last chance to not relive history.
As we're finishing off this agenda, they'll be pulling the rug from underneath Americans at home.
They have tremendous influence on our president and Congress, and they really are calling the shots.
I think it's incumbent upon all of us as American citizens to pay attention.
Fall of the Republic identifies the enemies of our nation, the criminal offshore cartel, hell-bent on destroying sovereignty, and on its ashes constructing world government.
Tim Geithner, Bernanke, they're arsonists. They're asking for more matches. And the Congress is saying, who do we make the check out to?
Today seems like nobody does care. And right now in Washington, D.C., we have seen a fall of the Republic.
Get your copy of Fall of the Republic on DVD at Infowars.com or watch it online right now in super high quality at prisonplanet.tv. Hello, friends. This is Alex Jones. You've heard me talk about Cal-Ben 5-star soaps for years. This is an American-made product of the highest quality and compares to nothing you will find in stores. You can buy factory direct, shipped via UPS right to your door. Check them out on the web at 5starsoap.com. or call 800-340-7091. Take my word for it. Once you've used Pure Soap, you won't buy anything else. Since 1947, Cal-Ben Soap Company has been showing consumers that soap can be tough on dirt and gentle on the environment. Buy American and stay clean, as well as support InfoWars. Visit 5starsoap.com today or call 1-800-340-7091. Well, Marty, what do you have to say?
As founder and owner for over 63 years, satisfaction is guaranteed or double your dirt back. Call us at 1-800-340-7091 for a free catalog or visit our website, 5starsoap.com. Thank you.
This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now, new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365. We are back live, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. We're talking about bisphenol A, one of hundreds of things in our environment hurting us. The federal government admits just a little bit of it on your finger massively lowers male fertility. Oh, I'm sure that makes John P. Holdren, who openly says he wants to sterilize us, the White House science czar, very upset. But here's medical news today. 95% of U.S. paper money tainted with bisphenol A. And it goes on to say that it's in plastic bottles, it's locked in. So it's the microwaving and things that really releases it. But in the money, it's just like the printer ink. It comes right off on you. I mean, Dr. Mercola, does it ever end?
Well, it's a challenge. I mean, there's certainly some benefits of living in an advanced industrial society, but, it comes at a price. So you need to be diligent about what those risks are and minimize your exposures.
Now, getting back to the question I launched right before the break, what's your view on that point?
Well, some of the diseases you mentioned certainly are as a result of exposure to these toxins and environmental hazards. The ones that come to mind would be some of the mercury's exposure and vaccines and the other contaminants that are vaccines, aluminum, and then, of course, the dietary influences and lack of vitamin D is massive because we're not designed to swallow vitamin D. We're designed to get it from the sun, but most of us in the winter, that's not really a practical option. So it's a combination of factors. But one of the things I want to mention while I'm remembering is some of the new research that's come out that's really pretty intriguing because Alzheimer's, as you mentioned, is an increasing epidemic, and to the point where more than 1 in 3 people are projected to eventually have this, and it's not pretty to lose your mind. But we're finding that one of the best things to do is follow a healthy lifestyle, exercise, get your vitamin D levels up, avoid the sugar. But also, even if you have Alzheimer's, what's been found recently to be highly effective is coconut oil. And about a tablespoon a day has been shown to produce massive improvement in a number of people and really get their sanity back and their brain functioning, which is really quite extraordinary to consider how simple food like this can have such a powerful benefit.
Well, I mean, isn't food really the original medicine? I mean, it's what we're designed to eat.
Well, but there seems to be some specific benefit to coconut with respect to how it biochemically interacts in the brain and providing sort of bypasses to some of the dysfunction that occurs in advanced degenerative brain disease. So it's particularly intriguing. I couldn't agree more. And one of the good strategies you can also use, and I highly recommend people consider, would be organic vegetable juicing. Good 8 to 16 ounces a day of fresh organic vegetables. Not so much the fruits, but the vegetables, the green ones, with a base of celery, cucumbers, and adding some lime to decrease the bitterness of some of the dark greens like kale and collards, and really provide a whole bath of beneficial phytochemicals that will really push your body towards health.
We've all got to make the commitment. Back over 10 years ago, I was in really good shape, and then I just got out of shape, and it's very hard to get back into shape and start eating properly again, but I'm slowly moving there. But it's something that freedom lovers all have to do. I mean, this revolution against tyranny starts with our bodies. Let's take another call from Donna in California. We got to move quick now. Donna, you're on the air with Dr. Joseph Mercola. Go ahead.
Oh, great. Hi, Alex.
Hi.
I'm a first-time caller. Hi, Dr. Mercola.
Hi.
I'm here in Palm Springs, California, as you said. I'm just very excited to be on air, and I appreciate you taking my call. And I'm a first-time subscriber. Just started listening to you, and I'm spreading the word. Just wanted to let you know that I'm out calling these companies about the bisphenol A and all this other stuff. So I try to do it one or two a day before I go to work.
Awesome.
But anyway, I just want to thank you, and I appreciate you guys, and keep up the good work. And if there's anything I can do, give me a call.
All right. Well, you're a sweetheart. Do you have any questions for our...
Actually, I do, Alex. Thanks. I was curious about, because you've talked about the bisphenol A and the plastics, and I'm looking at my cupboards and my storage, and I've got all these canned goods and things that are in plastic. Is there a way to know exactly which ones to get rid of? And, is there a list of plastic companies or whatever we shouldn't be using?
Well, that's another great point. The little juice boxes... most of the things like Capri Sun, you name it, they have plastic lining in them, and a lot of them, it's made of bisphenol A. Correct, Dr. Mercola?
Yeah, it's the general principle is, and it's important to understand that 90% of the money that Americans spend on foods is for processed foods. And when you process the foods, there's a risk because you have to package it in a way that's going to store it. And most of these packaging materials are fraught with danger. So, occasionally exposure is not going to be a big issue, but on a regular basis, you really want to move away from that and find foods that are packaged in glass. That's the key thing. And another element that is commonly overlooked is that these vegetables and fruits, once you package them and process them, normally they have methanol, but it's combined with pectin in the fruit or vegetable. And if you eat it raw or fresh, it's not a problem. But once you package it, this methanol gradually associates, and methanol is another term for wood alcohol, and it can cause significant neurological complications. So really the general take-home message is stay away from processed foods as much as possible and make your foods fresh.
I didn't know that till a few months ago, but correct me if I'm wrong. What you're saying is that when you take canned peaches or whatever the case may be, the natural things in it starts breaking down into something toxic.
Well, it's liberated. Normally it's connected in a way that doesn't cause a problem in your body because it doesn't have an enzyme to dissociate it, but it breaks down spontaneously once it's processed over time. So the longer it is, the worse the problem, and you can have significant complications. In fact, many researchers believe it's a primary factor for the cause of multiple sclerosis and other autoimmune diseases.
Amazing. Donna, God bless. Let's talk to Larry in California. Larry, you're on the air. Go ahead, Larry.
Hello, Alex.
Hey.
Hey, Alex, I'm an ex-convict there, and I'm telling you, man, quit bad-mouthing us ex-convicts here in California.
All right, Larry, I appreciate your call. I know that's a prank call. I don't really talk too much about ex-convicts, but good to hear from you, Larry. Let's talk to Chris in Maryland. We don't screen our calls, folks. Chris in Maryland, you're on the air with Dr. Mercola.
Hey, guys, I'm finally glad to get on. It's hard to get on here, but my question for your guest is that I was seriously operated on by the military, and I have a feeling that I might be a goner. But if martial law is called, I told my wife and kids that we will bug out of here to get away from the populated areas. And since they took out my terminal ileum and I have B12 deficiency, is there some way that I can bypass that to get the B12? Because I have a feeling if I don't get it, I'll be a dead man.
Well, eventually you'll die, but before that you'll become blind and develop other neurological complications. But you're right, the B12 is a very large vitamin, the largest ones we know of, and it's required to combine with intrinsic factor and be absorbed in the terminal ileum, which has been surgically resected in your case. So the bypass of that is to take an injectable form of vitamin B12 once a week or so, or on our site we actually have a spray, which you just spray under your tongue that's absorbed sublingually, and it bypasses the expense and inconvenience of having to do a shot every week. So, but you can't swallow it; it won't be absorbed. So that's the key.
Okay, but will it still get into my body without an injection? I mean, can I use that?
If you spray it sublingually, it will. Because underneath your tongue.
Alex,
but
if it goes into your saliva glands, correct?
Yeah, well, there's capillaries underneath your tongue that just is a direct absorption into the bloodstream, so you don't have to absorb it through your...
Yeah, that's why folks chew tobacco. It's a great way to get the drug in.
Yeah.
Way that you can put out the information, Alex, where I can get some of this, or some of us who have this problem?
Absolutely. I just said Mercola website.com has it, and there's a lot of other products out there, so I appreciate your call. Let's go ahead now and talk to Gabriel in Mass. Gabriel, you're on the air.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Alex. I want to talk about GMO. Soy and corn. About 90% of everything we buy in the stores is got... You have to forgive me. I'm really nervous, okay?
We're almost out of time, though. Go ahead.
About everything in the stores you buy has got genetically modified soy or corn derivative or resistant. It's got pesticide-resistant bacteria in it, and it stays in our gut.
Yes.
And the animals that eat it, we eat these animals, and yeah.
Yeah, we're in deep trouble. I appreciate your call. It is incredible. In closing, Dr. Mercola, comment on what he was saying, and then talk more about that life extension dealing with the DNA strands.